Hey, y'all.
What it do?
What it do?
Mm-hmm.
We are here. We're continuing to be grateful for all the support we have as investors in Blackfulness.
Thank you.
We are super grateful. And we want to make sure you have an update about where we are, what's going on. It's March. We out here talking about Women's History Month, talking about our pivot. And there's some good stuff going on. So I'm going to start by talking a little bit about the pivot. David and I have had some really fruitful conversations about what we've been working on. And we're trying to make sure we stay on track. We have found ourselves on kind of a tangential kind of track. But we have made our way back to making sure that the app is at the center of all the work we're doing. We had kind of been straying into this mindfulness media company kind of idea. But what we want to do is be focused on the app, right?
Because we know that this app, as it has been developed and as we expand and evolve the development, is actually a perfect tool for culturally relevant, evidence-based mindfulness.
Absolutely.
And so
Absolutely.
that's what we are excited to continue to bring to the market.
Right, absolutely. So one of the things we're doing, because we're about like all the Black people. How do we help all the Black people?
Everybody.
And then of course one of our advisors is like, y'all got to stop trying to boil the ocean. And okay, so we're narrowing our focus.
We can get there in phases.
Yes, exactly.
We start somewhere.
We got to start somewhere. So where we're starting right now is we're starting with Black women.
Yes.
I'm a fan, obviously.
Me too.
We're starting with Black women. We're looking at creating spaces and retreats for Black women entrepreneurs and leaders. There's so much going on in the world with Black women in leadership and the stress that invokes. And so we're doing some work with an organization called the XD, and we've created our own sort of collective that we're talking about kind of what we can do and how we can build that, with a focus on Black women founders and entrepreneurs.
And just so you know, the XD is a VC firm that's all Black, that aligns with our mission and values, and they are actually in stealth mode right now, which is really good.
Right, absolutely. And then the other focus will be on Black maternal wellness. Yeah. There's a lot of talk about Black maternal mortality, and it is obviously close to my heart as a Black mother, and it's close to David House because he has a Black mother,
right?
So
and all the Black mamas,
and all the Black mamas, and so we want to make sure that we're leaning into exactly my mama. We want to make sure that we're leaning into that, and the support that needs, and we want to focus on Black maternal vitality. Yeah. What can we offer? What can our app offer that supports women going through all stages of maternity, whether it's actually being in pregnant, postpartum, planning to be pregnant, unable to be pregnant, all of those things that kind of go with that, we're looking at and how we can offer our support.
And here is what's sad but revolutionary. I cannot recall a space, or I cannot recall anything that has been created specifically with Black women as the foremost, very first focus. Yeah. And so we are, with audacity,
that's right, and unapologetically
standing in that.
Sure enough.
And so it makes my heart just soar. So
yes, sure enough. So more about that is coming. We've got all kind of relationships we're developing, and as it has always been, we've always shared with y'all, when we align and when we get clear, the universe just opens up and starts pouring opportunities into our laps and into our lives. And so you should know that as we've gotten to that focus, the opportunities are pouring in. And so we're working on that deeply.
It literally took less than 48 hours for opportunities to come to us.
Yeah.
Once we
got clear,
agreed, said yes, started moving forward. Some really great opportunities.
Yeah, sure enough. So we're excited about that. More to come. The stuff we want to make sure that you know about most specifically right now. And some of the stuff is still, again, because this sort of shift just happened, we're still trying to clean up some of the stuff we were working on and really get more focused on the app at the center of those things. One of the things is that we were approached to support not Alameda County at all, Contra Costa County, is working on a feasibility study for African American Holistic Healing Hub, and they're looking for someone to conduct that feasibility study. We have partnered with another organization and are working on that. And so we will let you know sort of how that comes. We should find out about that at the end of March.
And what to make it to spell it out is basically we're being positioned as consultants to support designing a physical space, the physical space and the curriculum within that space to address the needs of Black folk.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And look at the news to see what Contra Costa got going on. Bless their hearts. They got a lot going on. We've also partnered with an organization called Black Beatles. They are based in Houston. They do outside kind of nature focused events designed to combat loneliness in African Americans specifically, but also just creating space to be able to get together and connect and build community. One of our principles. And they have had some great sessions. If you're not following us on social, you should be, because they're partnering. They're sending a bunch of stuff. Black Beatles, BLK Beatles is what they're called. They have a great partnership with REI that we're getting dived into with them. And we're really excited about really making sure that Blackfulness is available more broadly. And so while our absolute focus is on Black women, we still have a goal for it to be all the Black people. Yep. So we do have some places where we're just kind of shifting the way in which we're engaging with folks and making sure that they really just have access to the app.
Yep.
Additionally, we're looking at our research is expanding, and the next steps, the next phases of research, the real practical application of the app, I think, is important. In addition to the work we're doing with Florida State University, and they're using the app to reduce binge drinking in athletes, we're also in some coming up conversations with Drexel University and their creative arts department and how they would use mindfulness to support folks in there. We're having a conversation coming up with Harvard. They reached out to us with some conversation about doing some work with them. We have our ongoing relationship with UCSF and their Cancer Resource Center and supporting that. Mm-hmm. And we're reigniting from a different angle the conversation with Hofstra Northwell, which is located in the New York area, but they are actually a teaching school, and so a teaching hospital. And so we're kind of lumping that into kind of the academic research, practical application of the app.
And the connection with Harvard also includes Massachusetts General Hospital as well. So, and that Harvard opportunity and a secondary UCF opportunity with Black women's healthcare both came about within 48 hours of us saying, hey, we're going to be focusing on Black women founders, leaders, and the Black maternity wellness journey.
Absolutely. And we're going to keep working with Roots Community Health because they have been a premier partner all along the way. And they're doing a bunch of Black maternal wellness work as well. And so we're working with them on how we can bring programming that's focused on the app with them as well.
And why this is important? Because one, not only the research and including Black folk in the research, but this really does support us in some bigger work around future legislation. Mm-hmm. Because the research that we've already done with the efficacy of the app is one thing. Sonia mentioned these partners are around practical application of that research from the app. And so this just really puts us in a different category. Not a lot of folk are talking about culturally relevant mindfulness at the research level. So that really does open up a lot of different doors for Blackfulness to be a pioneer and also a trendsetter. Absolutely. In the space of having Black folk be included in research from the very beginning.
Absolutely. And we're excited to congratulate Dr. Natalie Watson Singleton, who is the mother of our content. The phase 2 manuscript from the randomized control trials from the grant from National Institutes for Health has finally been published. And so we'll actually attach a copy of that to the email as well, so y'all can see the research.
Blackfulness has been published twice. Yeah. Y'all, we got white papers out here. Come on. Right. Let's go. Credibility.
We out here.
Thank you, Dr. Natalie.
Thank you, Dr. Natalie. So we have all kind of other stuff going on. We had a goal of getting to 5,000 downloads in the month of February. We did not make that goal, but we're setting new goals. And have a whole new attitude about what we have moving forward. And so that's important for us with getting clear, getting refocused, and getting back on track. And we feel like there's so many opportunities ahead of us, so many exciting things happening in April. April is going to be popping, y'all. So we will make sure y'all know what's coming up with us in April. But we want to continue to be grateful for what y'all got going on.
And shout out to Malcolm at Ninjas in the Machine, because Malcolm is doing some work, and his team are doing some work with us with Florida State around expanding and evolving the app. Mm-hmm. And that relationship has let us has helped us recognize and know that some of the things that we want to offer inside the app are not very far away, and they're very reachable.
Right. We had an idea, big idea about how what it was gonna be like it, and Malcolm is like, "No, I don't take that much." So we are excited about all of the new kind of focus and intention that we have, and we're grateful to have y'all as investors and as partners on this journey.
We got the right team, and that's what it's all about: having the right folk on the bus and the right seats, all going in the same direction. So
that's right.
That's some Jim Collins for you.
Boop boop.
Hey,
We on the way. Thank y'all.
Thank y'all very much.
Thank y'all.